even if BTC price increases versus the US dollar, but if the US dollar itself is diluted, then it won't mean much. Your thoughts? Okay, so let me see if I can break that down. So if BTC price versus the dollar goes up, but the dollar itself has lost its, so basically the dollar has inflation if it's diluted, and the purchasing power has decreased, that should still be positive for Bitcoin, right? Because if the dollar goes down and BTC goes up, I mean that's still positive for Bitcoin, unless you're going to be cashing out to dollars. But even if you cash out, you're getting more, right? So maybe we can even use a different currency as an example. So imagine, like, recently, about 2 weeks ago, our friend Costa, who's based in Australia, he told us the Australian dollar had gone down 10% versus the American dollar. So meaning that if you had $1,000 US, then after what happened with Black Thursday, or when equities just tanked because of coronavirus, your $1,000 became $1,100. So your purchasing power, if you're going from dollars to Australian dollars, increased by 10%, basically. So that's a good thing. I mean, actually, that's a great thing. But obviously now it's the Australian dollar, last time I checked, was up on Friday versus the US dollar. But in general, when one currency goes down and the other goes up, that's a good thing, right? So it's only bad if you're holding the currency that's going down, right? So those are really my thoughts. And if anything, I mean, I was joking with our business partners that after this global recession, after Corona, it might be a good time to travel, right? Like, let's say in 6 months, because as an American, the dollar is up a lot versus all the other currencies, because the dollar is kind of like Bitcoin, right? Kind of like when the market is tanking in crypto, people sell their altcoins to go to BTC. And same thing, right? And in the global markets, when there's a crisis, especially in emerging markets, they sell their local currency to go to the US dollar. So for example, our friend in Dubai was saying that everybody in Dubai, like when there's a crisis like now, they all want to leave their local currency to buy the US dollar. So that's why the US dollar has performed pretty well versus all the other world currencies. But long term, we aren't so bullish on the dollar, right? We think inflation and everything's going to happen. But imagine, like, I think in some countries, the currency dropped 25%. And imagine you pull up there with your bag of US dollars and you're getting 25% more. Because I have a friend of mine, this was a while back, but he traveled to Argentina when Argentina was experiencing inflation. I think might even have been hyperinflation. And he told me he was eating steak and wine at such low prices, it was insane. But anyway, I think if you love traveling, next 6 or 12 months, if you save your cash and also Bitcoin, or rather, if you have some US dollars and Bitcoin, you could get very good deals when you travel to other countries, and your currency goes a long way. But the dollar has gone up. I still think it's going to come down. So if anything, I think gold is a better hedge. I think gold and Bitcoin, gold and crypto, right? I think that would be a better hedge, because one thing we can't really forget, gold is not meant to make you a millionaire, right? Gold is not meant to make you rich per se. It can make you rich, but gold is meant to preserve your wealth, to preserve capital. So for instance, through hyperinflation, right? Because imagine you have $1,000 and hyperinflation occurs, and in basically a few years, maybe even less, those $1,000 become only worth $100 or even $10. But if you have that in gold, those $1,000 can stay $1,000 or even turn into $10,000 or $100,000. right? That's what gold is really for. Don't view it as this is going to make me rich per se, although it can. It's viewed more as this is going to protect my wealth. It's not going to tank and experience hyperinflation. That's why lots of investors flee to gold in times like this.